Are are we starting now?
Quiet on the set!
George Clooney, father, husband, director, and a true icon in film history. You think you know him, but who is he really? Ever since coffee was created by the hit comedy duo Moornouk, he has been the spokesperson for the popular coffee brand Nespresso. Before we can get into that story, we first need to learn the origins of the popular drink.
So, can you tell us a bit about how coffee came to be?
Well, as we all know, Dr. Pepper and paint water are the only two drinks that exist. Unless you count Professor Salt. And frankly, I was getting sick of paint water, so I decided to try mixing Dr. Pepper with these dusty old beans I found on my doorstep one day, and boom, coffee.
When Elijah came to me with the idea for a new drink, I was cautious at first. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, new things are so scary. And after trying it, yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan, but he seemed to be really into it. So I thought, what the hell? Who am I to shoot down his dreams?
Can you tell us a bit about how you got involved with Mr. Clooney?
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously it was kind of a long shot, but I reached out to Mr. Clooney about being the face of the brand, and to my surprise, he was actually very excited about the idea.
We flew him out to talk to him and to give him a sip of coffee. He was instantly hooked. He seemed like such a nice guy to begin with. Well, did we know?
Soon after, things took a dark turn and Moornouk began noticing strange things about Mr. Clooney's behavior.
It sounds so weird looking back because it was such a small thing, but everywhere he went, he would have an orange with him. Sometimes two, usually three.
Like you with Dr. Pepper?
No, this was different.
Everything was going fine enough, and then we scheduled George for our first espresso ad.
Once Moornouk was on set, they began to realize just how much Mr. Clooney's dependence on oranges controlled him.
We showed up on set, 7 a.m. George was already neck deep in an orange. We shrugged it off, went to film the commercial.
Over the next few months, Moornouk and George Clooney shot a multitude of commercials promoting the Nespresso coffee brand.
Eventually, it came time to take our promotional photo, and our production manager, Bella, went to go get George from his trailer.
Well, when I found George, he was eating an orange, which is expected behavior, and I didn't think much of it. But then we got in a set and things got weird.
We'd taken a quick promotional photo in which George had a cup of coffee in one hand and an orange in the other hand. After that, we told him to take the orange out of the photo because it was kind of distracting from the coffee. That was a mistake.
George started screaming about how we were trying to take his orange. We weren't.
No footage could be recovered, but Moornouk has made a dramatic recreation of the events that unfolded on that fateful day.
So here's what happened. George was all like, "Why can't I bring an orange into the picture? A little orange never hurt anybody." And then I was like, "Sir, it's a coffee commercial." And then he was like, "Well, maybe people want an orange with their coffee, or are you too dumb to enjoy two things at once?" And then I was like, "George, please, just put down the orange." And then he screamed at me and stormed off.
But this wasn't George's first citrus-related incident. We brought in famous actor and super awesome celebrity Sean Tucker to tell us some stories about George's early days.
So yeah, I acted with George pretty early in my career. Pretty early in his career too. He cast me in the first movie he directed, Confessions of a Shopaholic. It was great for the most part. I was sitting by Video Village one day and came by, sitting there, and he goes, "Hey, you." That's what he called me, you. "Hey, you. Do you have an orange? I'm looking at him. I'm like, dude, an oranges ain't cheap. But, so I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't. And then he punches me in the face. Oh, no, I punched him in the face. No, you know what it was? It was Sammy was there, Sam Rockwell, and he made me punch Sam in the face. Yeah, he paid me to do it, and he filmed it for like his own personal gratification or something. Had a little bit of a problem with the oranges myself back then. I was probably doing like a bag a day, and some of the oranges coming out of Florida at that time were.
However, George wasn't the only one struggling with addiction on set.
Wait, why are we cutting to me? I'm not addicted to coffee. I'm not.
And now you know the hidden truth about George Clooney.